What up, nerds? It's me, back in my shop again for another Got Wood Wednesday. And today's project is the big bad guy. That would be Thanos. Now, I didn't film me stenciling this out because I actually stenciled this piece out months ago during lockdown, but just had no motivation or drive to actually get back to work. So, but for hopefully future projects, I will show you the stenciled out process. Now, I'm sure some people have been wondering why my wood burning, I time lapse all my wood burning. Well, that's for two reasons. Number one is it takes a fucking long time. It takes a very long time. This piece right here will probably easily take me 6 to 8 hours because the majority of it is going to be completely blacked out. Like all this is going to be blacked out, and all that will be visible really will be inside the lines that I've drawn. So the other reason is because, well, there's three reasons actually. First reason, it takes a long time. Second would be recording all of that would just be a very huge and long video. And the third reason is I like to listen to music while I do it because then I don't know all the rules to YouTube yet, which they seem to change on a monthly basis. So I probably will never know all the rules to YouTube and will probably piss YouTube off more than once. Not really worried about that, but it is what it is. So in honor of my piece that I'm making today, I decided today's topic of choice will be the difference, the big differences in who's better, Marvel or DC. Now, I'm not saying you can't be a fan of both. I am a fan of both. But I want to break it down into different categories, who wins what categories. And the categories are, of course, comic books, movies, TV shows, or I'm going to say TV shows, animated series, and last but not least, video games. So, let's start from the beginning. Comic books. And all these are my opinions, and if you don't like them, I don't care. Who wins, Marvel or DC, in comic book category? For me, that's easy. That is Marvel. And I'm going to tell you why. DC shot themselves in the foot long ago. They decided to take the easy way out and just cut and paste. Every good guy has 10 villains that have the exact same powers as him. They just cut and paste. So basically, DC has 8 archetypes or something like that, and everything else is just cut and copy, put a new color, tweak their ability, but it's just a carbon copy of the original hero. The only original part of DC have been their villains. But even though they don't always do them justice. So, so DC just said, okay, you know what? We're just gonna make 70 different types of Batman, and we'll say the multiverse is why. Now, no one's officially said this ever, but that is my reasoning when, like, you never have the same Batman more than in 3 movies. No one's said that, but that's a reason behind it. You could think that. So, anyways, comic books, I say Marvel takes it because with their characters, They never really push the same powers. If they do use the same power abilities, it's usually very deliberate ways. It's either male, female, good guy, bad guy, brothers, or what have you. You know, they don't overuse the same ability 50 times. They don't have 17 Quicksilver enemies like Flash apparently has. So, in my opinion, Marvel beats DC in comic books. Now, let's go to movies. Well, I'm going to say Marvel takes movies. Just because the inconsistency and like Marvel, since they've got into making the new movies, like they've stuck with characters so you can actually develop a story with them. Changing a new Batman every 2 or 3 movies gets exhausting, gets annoying, and some of their choices for bad guys have been out and outright stupid. But so for movies, Marvel takes it again. Now, this isn't going to be a Marvel wash. So we'll go to TV shows. TV shows, I'm going to give it to DC just because DC has been just mass producing superhero movies or superhero TV shows. And a lot of them have been good. Now, they have gotten a little too woke. I hate using that word. But they try to change the characters way too much. I'm not a big fan of changing source material if you're making a movie based on established characters. I'm not a big fan of just changing them for no reason. But I'll talk about that at a different time. So anyways, it started off with Smallville. Smallville was a great show, one of my favorite that the CW had done. I think Tom Welling did an amazing job as Clark Kent. So DC takes that, and Marvel hasn't really. They had the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Netflix ones. Now the Netflix ones were really good, but they kind of just dropped the ball and haven't done anything with them. I hope they do more, but for right now, just because the sheer amount of content DC takes TV shows. So right now, score is 2-1, Marvel. Now we'll get to animated series. This will be either animated TV shows or animated movies. I'm going to call this a wash. I think while DC has made more TV shows, I think the animated movies that Marvel comes out with, I think the current ones today are better than current DC's, because DC makes some weird ones. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go watch Batman Ninja. That is the weirdest and strangest animated series I've ever seen in my life. Animated movie I've ever seen in my life. It made no sense whatsoever. But I'm gonna call it a wash because when DC had Batman animated series, which is amazing, Marvel had the X-Men. The X-Men series was just phenomenal. So I'm gonna call that a wash. So we're still 2-1 with a tie in one category. Now, where was I? So that's shit. I'm thinking. I said movies, comics, movies, TV shows, animated series. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. I thought there was an extra one in there. There's not. So we come to video games. And hands down, I have to give it to DC. DC has been crushing it. All three of the Batman trilogy games from Rocksteady were phenomenal. Excellent storytelling, excellent graphics, excellent combat. And they just slayed it with the Injustice series as well. One thing I've always wanted is, like, if we get a third Injustice, I will be fucking ecstatic. But please, God, for the love of God, Ed Boon, the creator of Injustice 2, please put 2 storylines in there. Put the good guys story arc, story mode, and then put the bad guys story mode in there. Extends the gameplay ability, and we don't have to sit there and play the multiverse or whatever you're gonna throw in there. I was like, I don't know why fighting games who do a story mode haven't done that yet, but it's always seemed like a no-brainer to me. So, in the end, the final tally, it's 2 for DC, 2 for Marvel. So, it's a wash. So, yeah, if your opinion differs, that's fine. But these are my opinions. This is what I believe. I have nothing else to say about that. I mean, I'm sure, like, soon as somebody will say something about it. But anyways, that's all I got on today's topic. I'm gonna get to work on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some jams on. Put y'all in time lapse. Now, hopefully, by next week, I will be getting a mic for this, so you'll see, you'll be able to hear expert quality me mumbling or being able to decipher actually what I say in some parts. But the good thing about also having a mic is that I'll be able to do some voiceover while I'm time-lapsing through these, because like I said, these take a very long time to do, but they are worth it, and no one does it the way I do, so I corner the market. All right, guys, shall we begin? All right, see y'all on the flip side.
This time tomorrow I will be gone.
long time. But it was all worth it. The finished and final piece of Thanos. All the edges are done. The thing looks amazing. I really have to give credit to, again, to the True Art Company. They're the ones who make my wood burning machines that have been working flawlessly for over 3 years. They're just incredible, and to see some of the newer stuff that they've come out with recently means I might have to reinvest, buy me another machine. But I've emailed them and sent them pictures of my work and found them on Instagram. If you're wondering, it's at True TRUART HQ on Instagram. You can see some of my work I tagged over there. Happy. I'm a very happy customer with this company. I've been, like I said, been using their product for over 3 years and been without fail. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if this video has helped or inspired any of y'all to try wood burning. If it does, if y'all do try a wood burning yourselves, don't burn yourselves, but if you try a wood burning, I'd love to see it. Please send me a link in the comments, or send me a picture in the comments. Still figuring all that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.